Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Today is a good day. We got a different type of deck for you, a top 500 deck. Some of you asked me about this one in particular, so I'm pretty excited to play this version of the deck for you. I don't think it's the exact version, but I think it's a good version. So we'll give it a shot here in a moment. But quickly, as always, before we get started, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate your support. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. Additionally, if you like the video, please like it. You can like me on Facebook. Also follow me on Twitter and Twitch to stay up to date on content like this. So what deck do we have that many of you have asked about? Well, if you did check out the Selesnya Yorion deck, which you absolutely should if you haven't at this point, go ahead and take a peek. But many of you asked about a Naya Winota deck. So I am bringing that to you today. A couple quick notes here on this one. I do not think it's the exact version. Unfortunately, I thought there was a top one in the Channel Fireball tournament. I did find another variation here by a player by the name of Charizard. Sorry, I said that wrong, but Charizard James 7. So I know we've covered them before. Excited to be covering them again. I know this one has had a lot of success, and they did hit top 500 with a similar version, or this version of the deck anyway. So not quite specific to the same one. I think the other one that we played had a few other Kerrigans nonetheless, but very, very happy to be doing this. I've needed to cover a Naya deck, and here's what we have today. So unfortunately, the one from the CFB tournament, I got too excited. It was actually a Naya ramp deck, which we may still check out anyway, so stay tuned on that. But as always, Planeswalkers, this deck list is available for you down below in the description. Additionally, there's a link there if you prefer that route, so you have access to it right away. We will go ahead and talk about the main board. We'll talk about the sideboard. We'll talk about how to sideboard, and then we'll go into the game matches as always. And then for those of you that are new or returning Magic players, quickly here, Naya is the 3-color schema here for red, green, and white, or mountains, forests, and plains. And fun fact, I actually now I'm going to be learning much more about our good old Magic lore history, but the real piece here in terms of the 3 colors, so maybe you knew this or not, but it's actually from the Shards of Alara cycle. So these are names of different shards, and each primary color shares a color to the left and the right of the color wheel, hence they are connected versions. So pretty awesome there, and fun fact in terms of Magic, so that gives us the Naya portion. So those of you, many of us, maybe didn't play Alara or Shards of Alara, so very excited to hear that, particularly probably the new players as well. So that's the first piece. The second piece that makes this a Winota deck is our friend Winota. So here, Winota, Joiner of Forces, is a legendary creature, but whenever a non-human creature we control attacks, we look at the top 6 of our library. We may put a human creature from among them onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, and it gains indestructible until end of turn. Put the rest of those cards in the bottom of your library in a random order. So that compiles the naming convention and the nomenclature of the deck for you. So let's go ahead and take a look quickly here of what we do have going on, because there is quite a bit. The particular Winota decks used to be fairly heavily played prior to Zendikar, prior to M21, particularly in Ikoria there. And we're starting to see a little bit more traction. Obviously, you guys saw me play that yesterday in the best of 3 match against the Yorion deck. Now, one thing here that I've seen in callouts in terms of Naya or Winota in particular is it can be definitely a Yorion destroyer deck. However, I just want to put that however there, because you guys absolutely saw me beat this deck yesterday. But with that said, definitely an explosive deck, also a version to get you there quickly. Obviously, Yorion's starting to take a little bit while in terms of getting to the play. Obviously, we saw that I was able to deal with a Winota deck. However, wanted to give you a great option in terms of the meta there as well. So let's go ahead and talk about this deck here quickly. Again, we got a lot going on, and the list, like I mentioned previously, is below for us. So how do we play this? How does it work? Well, quickly, we have Gilded Goose, so this is going to activate Winota. It's also going to give us ramp. We have Seasoned Hellblade here, an indestructible creature. If we discard a card, a human trigger. We also have Kerrigan here that gives us a human trigger. Quick pro tip there. Obviously, we saw you can create a chosen creature as a coward, so you can target Kerrigan Intimidator. So thank you to the match yesterday against the Yorion deck. That is something to take note of, because that then will also trip Winota. We have Lotus Cobra here for ramp. That will trip. We got Scavenging Ooze, which is great. We have Tajuru Paragon. So this is a pretty interesting card. We didn't see this one yesterday. This one in particular gives us a kicker. We can pull some more cards if we need, and shares a type. So this is a cleric, a rogue, a warrior, and a wizard. So pro tip on this one, that gives us a dig to pull Winota. So that's an extra good one to have, just in case. We got Tangled Florahedron here, one of those modal lands. Again, triggering Winota, also giving us ramp. We got Bone Crusher. We have Rada, Heart of Celts. We didn't see this one. I do really like this card. It's an elf warrior, again, going to trigger, and additionally gives us a nice opportunity in terms of endgame. We have Basri's Lieutenant, which is a great pull. We have Legion's Angel here, which will get triggered with Winota, or not get triggered with Winota, will trigger Winota. And then obviously sideboard interactions. And then we have Kenrith, the Returned King. So it's really about flying the board. And then we also got good old Embercleave in this particular version to really hit home and deal some damage. In terms of breakout here, we got 37 creatures, we got 20 lands, and then obviously the 3 artifacts. Of those, we have 13 humans. So if we do the math, that is what, 13 cards of 60 quickly there. We're going to be doing, no, my math is going to be real bad here. About every 6 cards, less than that, so better than that, less than that, which will then align well with our Nota pulls, or align well with our Winota pulls, because we're going to look at 6. So that's a great grouping in terms of pulling some of those things. So we can keep those in mind. You definitely are going to want to be higher, in my opinion, than the 6 in terms of deck construction there. So those of you that may be wanting to look up this deck, as I always promote, play the way that you like to play, even though this is a top 500 deck. Feel free. That would be one suggestion that I would make, is raising the amount of humans that you could hit, and then going a little bit higher on the curve in terms of powerful humans. We already got Basri's in there, but those would be some considerations. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the sideboard there. I got a little hung up on my terrible math. It took me a little while. I'm a little slow. I'm getting tired. Here's what we got going on. So we got Seasoned Hellblade. Again, we already got one of these, so this is going to help us with that human piece. This is great against other aggro decks, or when we need to keep something on the board, or to pull more humans. We got so things like mono red, any burn decks. You may want to again do the go under piece with, even though we got a ton here already with the Yorion decks. Scavenging Ooze here we have, awesome for the mill decks. So I'd run this against Dimir. I'd run this against the Dimir Rogues, and also the Dimir Mill. You may want to run this against the mid-range decks as well. So Croxa mid-range is going to be a good one for you, because then you can keep on top of that exiling there. We also have Lovestruck Beast. So this is a very powerful one. It doubles up because we can activate twice here with Lovestruck Beast, which is great. So where would I play this one? I would play this again against maybe some of the faster aggro decks when you just need that additional wall to kind of hold off there, or against things like mono green where you're going to need some big bodies. That's a good option for you as well. And you may even want to try rushing this against a Yorion deck, And I'm saying that because you have the opportunity to get a bigger creature on the board faster, which could be a really, really good play as well. Next, we have Legion Angel. Personally, for me, I would probably keep these sideboard. I wouldn't necessarily board these in. However, with that said, if you do want to increase the opportunity to pull one, you could always add one more in. I would run that against, maybe against Yorion, but more realistically, if they're running things like Terror of the Peak, when you need something in the air, or other cards like that. But if they get Terror down, you're gonna run into some problems anyway. So I think most likely you're gonna keep that one in the sideboard. We have Gem Razor, so you're gonna run this against anything that's running artifacts or enchantments. So this could be something like an Esper. This could be something like a mono red in terms of cleave, and also getting off Annex. Lots of space there. You could run this in the mirror, or sorry, not in the mirror. Against some of the Yorion decks, because you'll be able to hit things like Glass Casket as well. It'll also give you a reach to kind of take down Yorion and give you a big body. Okami, I'm probably destroying that name. Adversary here is great against anyone that's running green. The Death Touch and the draw is huge card advantage. So this is great against the mirror match. It's great against mono green. It's great against Gruul, aggro, all those things. It's gonna really help you out. Next, we have a Nahiri. So Nahiri here is good in terms of activation. We also get to go find equipments if we want as well. So this will give us a nice finishing touch. Where would I play this? You can play this in a number of spots, to be honest. It's going to depend on kind of your play style. Personally, for me, you're not going to want to play this against control decks. However, it might not be a bad choice against some aggro, potentially. Gives you some options there with the extra bodies. And then additionally, probably against some of these Yorion decks, it's probably not a bad ad either. Just remember, you're going to have to draw it. It's not going to get hit by anything here. So 1 in 60 draw is really going to make it situational anyway. But you just need to keep that in mind. All right, Planeswalkers, that is the sideboard in a nutshell. We talked about quite a few different kinds of decks. We talked about, where we'd want to play these. So how would we optimize in terms of boarding? Because I know you want to know that next. So first off, we have 20 lands. You know me, I'm very aggressive on lands, so we like to go check that. We got ramp here, we got 4 here. I personally... in best of 1, I think this is good. In best of 3, I think it's good. It's aggressive. We have to be careful. We really need to get Winota fast. That is the powerhouse of this deck, and you may also want to consider being a fairly aggressive mulliganer as well, depending on what you have. You absolutely, probably most likely only need 2 lands and something like this in your starting hand. That's just my advice to be careful of. Now, quickly, how would I board? So if we take a look at, let's call some of the mid-range aggro type decks, again, where would I look? And I think this is a good kind of play combo here. I would look to, honestly, I wouldn't remove any humans. If I was going to remove anything, I would consider Tajiru, because the ability to actually kick it for 5 is we're not going to quite get there a lot. Ideally, it's going to be kind of slow relative to the rest of the deck. However, if you do pass and get further in the game, you might still need to use it. So I would look to maybe go 2 there. I would also maybe look to cut Allegiance Angel, potentially. That could be a good space if they're not really utilizing a flyer kind of a thing. Again, this is a 1 draw that's going to activate here. Those would be some spots that you could consider. You may want to go 2 Tangled. Again, I do like staying at 24 to be safe. 22 is going to be real aggressive here, and I'm counting these as 4. That could be a spot for you as well. And then depending on, again, if they are more of a control deck, so that should give us enough options there to kind of cover those things off. If they're more of a control deck and we want to go this route, or green, you can still kind of look in the same space. If they're not running a ton of creatures, you're probably not going to want to run Bone Crusher, to be honest, either. So that could be a good spot for you and pull forward there. I still like Rada, Heart of Keld, because you get that top card look. So I would probably keep that, and I would probably, again, minus maybe a Legion Angel, keep the higher end of the curve. So that's kind of how I would think through this in terms of sideboarding and optimizing your deck here with the Naya Winota version. And that is going to conclude our best of one main deck look, our best of three look, as well as how we're going to approach the deck, and then also the naming convention, so from Shards of Alara. So we don't talk about that stuff a lot, so I love to cover those things, especially like I've mentioned for the new players here. Now, Planeswalkers, deck list down below, link down below, questions, comments, let me know. Hey, there we go, I got a new line there. Anyway, and we're gonna go ahead and play some competitive Magic here in best of one. Very excited to play this one. We'll see if it is quite the Yorion killer that Charizard has raved about. But again, like I said, we did take it down. Now, while I was playing today, prepping, I do like to do some warm-up matches. Not always with the deck that I'm showing, but I did hit good old Selesnya Yorion. So I do want to say thank you to everyone that is now playing that deck from the bottom of my heart. All right, so let's go ahead. Enough of that. Enough. Let's go play some real stuff here. Play some standard ranked. I've already did enough shoutouts that Selesnya Yorion deck, so make sure you guys go check that out. We are off for our best of one game. Planeswalkers, super pumped about this. Like I was saying, to play this Naya Winota deck for you today. But before we do so, against Danger Mango, just want to say thank you. I appreciate your support. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. Additionally, if you liked the video, please like it. You can like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Stay up to date on content like this. Our opponent goes first. I like this. I'm going to hang on to it. We're going to stay with it. Uh-oh. Could it be Selesnya Yorion right off the bat? So we got two of these bad boys. Let's go ahead and go find our forest. Uh-oh. I think it is. I absolutely am of the thought that it is. Oh, look at that, right off the bat. And we are going to struggle when we do not have anything we can use right now. We missed our land drop. Oh. Oh, and this is why I should be proud and sad at the same time. Here we go. We can at least get one out of now. There is no counters in this deck, so we can get one out on the board. If they don't have Yorion, the Wicked Wolf bounce. There you go. It's gonna hurt. so now we got to go Skoos. If we come back from this, my friends, we'll be big. We'll be big. I will trade there. That's a bummer. Let's see if we get a trigger. There we go. 1, 2. Let's go here. We have 6, 9, 13. We have lethal if we hit back. Skoos is the right play. Ouch. They can heal and look. Oh, it doesn't matter, my friends. They got us. Doesn't matter. Oh, we lose to the Selesnya Yorion deck. So make sure you go check out that video because it's a good one, and it will show you why this deck does a great job and runs well. We did hit Winota. We did not hit it well off the bat for our first best of one game. So let's go into our second one here, and maybe we'll turn the tide around the corner here and get something that's actually going to work for us this time. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. On to Freston Pridal. We got all the colors. We got green, we got red, we got white. We'll keep it. We got a Yorion deck. Probably Blink. go double white. Yeah. Definitely blank deck. Alright, where's Winota when we need it? Oh. Here we go. So let's see if we can hit here. It's 5. There's Winota. So we got 3 enablers here on this one. Ooh, there you go. If they got a counter, we're going to be in trouble. Ooh, there we go. Alright, so we got enough for Embercleave as well. Play that. Let's keep that one. Decline. So they need a board wipe right now. And that would do it. There it is. I think we're good. Boom, there we go. We took it home with a Naya Winota deck against the Yorion Azorius control version. So that was nice. We lost to Selesnya, we beat the control. Very, very nice. We hit it right, finally, so that's great. We got to see it on camera. Now we're going to go into our best of 3 match, my friends. So 1-1 and best of 1, not bad. Very happy about that. Let's move over to our standard ranked. Again, there's that Selesnya one, so you guys can check that out. Against now the top 500. Again, best of 3 match with Naya Winota. Now, Planeswalkers, as always, just want to say thank you again. Appreciate your support. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. Additionally, if you like the video, please like it. You can also like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch. We got Coco Bayashi. We're going to play first. Ooh, we got 3. I'm going to keep it. Let's be real aggressive here. Uh-oh. Is it another version of this deck? It very well could be. Or it's Naya Winota. We'll see. Ooh, it might be. It very well might be. Could have went Heart of Keld there, but I wanted to slow it down 1 step. Nope, it's not Naya Winota. Much different deck here. Not what we wanted. Not what we wanted. So we'll do this. I need to get value out of Bone Crusher here.
Adapt to any threat.
We got to do something. Perfect. I will take that. Azorius indestructible. Now, we have a second Winota, but we're not going to be able to play them. Yeah.
Diversity is our greatest strength.
Ooh, not as aggressive, huh? So we're gonna have to be real fast. So here's the problem. We don't block. They have lethal, unfortunately. So we need to block here.
I love making new friends.
Oh, brutal, brutal, brutal. Not our day. Absolutely not our day here. We're going to do this for fun and just see what triggers we hit. Then we're going to go into the next game. We're just going to go to the next game. Because we're not going to win that one. So we really, really, really need to hit a fast curve. Couple things here. So Scoos is going to be important because they're already playing that. We got Destroy Enchantments or Artifacts. We got Okami, who's great. I'm also going to run Nahiri here. I also like another Seasoned. And let's see. I don't mind Love Struck either. Bone's not as valuable. It's still valuable, but not quite as valuable. I'm going to drop Tajuru. I'm not as impressed with. We need 3 more. We're having problems with the land drops. So we need to keep all the lands that we have. We got to get rid of 3. And we go 1 more there. Maybe 2. Drop 1 Season. There we go. Let's do that. That's going to be the mix for today. We need to keep all these things. Elf Warrior, that's going to trigger. All right, let's do it. Koko Bayashi. So this is a tough matchup again, but we'll give it a shot. We will play first. We will keep this because we have this guy. No red though. So many problems, my friends. So many problems. We're gonna try it. We got red because of Gilded. And we can turn to this guy. There we go. A little bit bigger body on the field now. If we can get a Winota, we'll be in good shape. They still haven't hit any red. That hurts. Henge hurts. Ah! I walked right into it. Oh, shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. That's a bummer. Misplay is gonna hurt me. Should have went the one on the beast.
I call, and Decoria answers.
Ah, they got all their engines. Well, benefit is we got blockers now with Nahiri. So we'll see where this goes. Now they're gonna start digging though.
Every day is a new mutation.
If we get a Winota, we'll be looking alright. Because we'll be able to trigger 1,000,000 humans.
I welcome new allies.
And they're gonna keep this game going. Oh. Oh, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get a lot of things going here. That's gonna hurt. Maybe they pulled all their red out. I don't think there's any coming back from this at this point. Too slow. Winota, we need to be more explosive than what we got here today.
I am not shaken.
Oh, pain. The pain and the suffering. It's not going to go away.
The core empire will rise again.
I'll let them play it out because I do want to see this deck.
Diversity is our greatest strength.
There they go. Oh. Oh, I think we just call it a good game. We're not gonna save the pain here. I don't know.
My home.
Because even if we did get Winota, it's too late. Their board's too big. Let's see what we got here. Oh, they ran Okami too. Good choice. I think they got rid of all that red.
I hope things get out of hand for you.
There's the troll.
The more the hairier.
I'm gonna let it play it out still. We have enough blocks. So let's go 1, 2, 3. 4. There we go. Now that would be funny if we could get enough triggers on Winota to come back, but I don't think it's going to happen. Let's see if we can at least end on a nice top deck here. Perfect. Exactly what we needed. Well, Planeswalkers, there we have it. We are going to call it a game. It was worth the shot. So Naya Winota did not go well for us today. It really set us back. But it happens. That is the way it goes. Maybe it was a bad beat, and Yorion yesterday was a great beat. I don't think so, but how it is. So Planeswalkers, again, here is the deck for you. Naya Winota. Please feel free to take a look. The deck list is available for you down below in the description, so you have access to it right away. The link is down there as well. Here are the cards. Very, very crucial. I think probably my own mistake in terms of not being super mulligan-y. In terms of trying to get Winota more aggressively, I think you probably want to go that route. A little off on the mana base today as well. I would maybe go a little less here. Maybe pump up Kerrigan. Just did not play as nicely as I was hoping, but that's the way it goes. Sideboard here as well. So we did talk about that a little bit. You guys can go ahead and take a look at that at the beginning as well. Planeswalkers, as always, appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Again, please feel free to subscribe down over there. You can feel free to like the video if you like it. Also, feel free to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch as well to stay up to date on content like this. I hope you enjoy this deck. It is definitely fun once you get everything going and flowing. It's got the ability to run well. Didn't run as well as I was hoping to for today, but hey, you know that's life, and I love doing it that way, so can't win every time. Anyway, Planeswalkers, you stay safe. I'll see you soon. Stay tuned. A lot more coming your way. Mythras out. Take care.